Barbara Walters, a legendary journalist and TV personality known for interviewing world leaders, celebrities, and history makers, was in fact a history maker herself.
People have asked if I want to be called an anchor man or anchor woman or anchor person, or even, as our producer refers to us, anchor human. Well, titles aren't important. What is important is that Harry and I will try to bring you the best darn news program on the air.
Walters became the first female co-host of a morning show in 1974, claiming a coveted spot on the Today Show. In 1976, she became the first woman to co-anchor a network evening news broadcast, signing an unprecedented 5-year, $5 million contract to co-anchor ABC Evening News. This made her the highest paid journalist at that time.
Barbara showed that you can kind of start from the bottom and make your way to the top. I can't imagine the struggles, but aren't we all going through that today in our own, whether it be personal and professional careers?
And there was plenty of resistance to her rise along the way. In the years leading up to her claiming the title of morning show co-host, she was relegated to the role of Today Girl, doing spots about fashion, the weather, and even dog food. Her counterpart, Frank McGee, refused to do any joint interviews with Walters unless he asked the first 3 questions on hard news stories. She was allowed to ask one.
And I remember those scenarios directly with Barbara Walters. And I would say, to my husband or to my mom and dad, why won't he let her speak? Why won't she's not there as a model?
As the first female network news co-anchor sitting next to self-described male chauvinist Harry Reasoner, the tension was palpable.
I had a little trouble in thinking of what to say to welcome you, not to sound sexist, as in that you brighten up the place, or patronizing, as in that wasn't a bad interview. The decision was to welcome you as I would any respected and competent colleague of any sex, by noting that I've kept time on your stories and mine tonight. You owe me 4 minutes.
I remember from the time that I migrated from South America, 1993, she was a staple on television in the height of her career. And so we always admired, we would watch, and she would say proudly, "I'm Barbara Walters.
And this is 2020. And this is 2020. And I'm Barbara Walters. And this is 2020.
She said that with such elegance and uniqueness and flair. And I think that really encouraged me. I studied communication and broadcast journalism in undergrad at Florida Atlantic University.
As host of 2020, Walters became known for The Get, her ability to get interviews that everyone wanted and no one had.
What really stood out to me was her interview with Christopher Reeve. He was injured to the point from the neck down. And I identified with him and his strength, coming through that interview and how she was able to pull that out.
Walters went on to co-create, co-produce, and co-host The View. After more than 6 decades in the news business, she retired in 2014. Barbara Walters truly accomplished what she set out to do and more, and created a path for other women to do the same.
Boldly breaking barriers, just like me.